Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope all of you guys are doing well. I hope the audio sounds a little bit better. I did manage to get a wireless mic, so I'm hoping that the quality is a little bit better. And if it is, please let me know. I'm hoping this doesn't give any feedback. I know I've been having issues with that, but hopefully everything will work out. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a review. One of my personal favorites. I actually watched this a few nights ago, and I enjoyed it the first time, and this time around, after multiple viewings, I still enjoy it, and that is the film Little Nicky, starring Adam Sandler. Now, if you're familiar with Adam Sandler, then you know he tends to have a lot of his friends from other films show up in this one, and pretty much that's no excuse. He has a lot of recognizable faces in here. And then there's a lot of actors you would never thought to see in an Adam Sandler film. And not only that, you do get some cameos from a lot of recognizable faces. I don't want to give any of those away for those who may have not seen it. But basically, the plot for this film is Nicky is the son of the devil. The devil is, of course, played by Harvey Keitel, who is fantastic in this. And basically, Nicky's brothers, they decide to escape hell after their father has decided to not retire once again, which is, I think, this ongoing thing. So, they decide to leave, and because they left, they basically froze the gates of hell, and no souls can come in. And because of this, their father starts to deteriorate, and then it's up to Nicky to basically, it's up to him to go and get his brothers. He has to get his brothers in this flask, bring them back, and the gates of hell can open back again. His father can rejuvenate back to himself. And basically, they tell Nicky, they both went out. They have to come back in together. So they went out together. They have to come in together in order for things to be back to normal. So, throughout the film, you get a lot of things that happen to Nicky, and his brothers start to wreak havoc in New York and turn the people against him. And at the same time, he has a love interest. He's, made some friends. And then, of course, you have Mr. Beefy, excuse me, who is this pit bull who is a friend of Nicky's father and kind of helps Nicky through, all this stuff that Nicky is not used to or aware of because he's never really been on Earth. So, this kind or uh, I'm not sure the best term to put it. I don't know if hell is part of Earth or what in some way, or is it a different realm, depending on how you interpret. I can't even say the word. It's how you what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think, but you guys know what I'm getting to. Um, but yeah, he gets a little friends to help him along the way, and yeah, it's just a really fun and entertaining Adam Sandler film. Now, you can say this is probably the film where after this, everything kind of went to him doing the little Nicky voice, which makes sense. I feel like he should have just done it with this, and that was it. But for some odd reason, he went on to do that type of voice for some other characters throughout some other films, and it didn't work. And a lot of his films have become not so great. There are a few blended in that are really really well and enjoyable. This one, I know a lot of people don't like it. I think it's one of his best. That's just me personally. I think this is kind of where it ends some of as one of his bests, but then afterwards, things start to really go bad for a lot of his films. Like I said, there are a few that were worth films like Mr. Deeds and Big Daddy, which a lot of people consider to be some of the best. I can't remember if Big Daddy came out. Uh, did Big Daddy come out before this or after? I'm not 100% sure. I think that might be a late 90s. Um, But nonetheless, the soundtrack's great. The characters throughout this film are fantastic. You get Rodney Dangerfield in this. He plays Nicky's grandfather. Um, this is not too long before he ends up passing away, which is unfortunate. Rodney Dangerfield has always been one of my favorite comedians, and I thought the cast was great. I mean, just to see a lot of recognizable faces that you would probably never see in an Adam Sandler movie show up in this. Some of them are just small little scenes. Others have have some type of a role, so they have multiple scenes. Um, so yeah, just really, really enjoyable. Wish I could say more. I really do, but I'm sure by now a lot of us have seen this movie. And I like the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack's fantastic. You do get tons of features, which is great. I think this might be a lot of what was on the DVD that transferred over. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, I wish I could say more. If you guys see me glaring close to my TV, SmackDown is on, so I'm just kind of doing this review, kind of multitasking to see what's going on there. Um, but yeah, if you've seen it, let me know what your thoughts are. And if you haven't, give it a watch. I think it's something you guys might find very enjoyable and entertaining. Yes, the little Nicky voice is kind of annoying, but I think when you're viewing it for the first time, it's really not that bad. For me, I like it, especially with the character. I think it fits the character for this film, but for him doing it doing it in other movies, there's no sense to it. But if you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. It's much appreciated. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. It helps me out. It keeps me going. And I'm trying to reach the goal of being monetized by the end of the year, so I can turn a passion into a dream job, or partial dream job, because I do eBay. Part-time as well. So yeah, if you guys want to check out my eBay store, I'll put the link down in the description below. My eBay store is called Mikey's Thrift, and if you guys want to send me subscriber mail, I will put my email down in the description below. I currently don't have a PO box, so my email is going to be the only way where you can message me, let me know what you want to send, and I can give you guys my address, but just a safe way until I can get a PO box. But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Film Talk with Mikey, and until next time, we'll talk films.